May I ask you a question? Have you made a New Year's resolution and by the end of the week, you're not following your resolution? Or maybe you can go all the way to the end of the month, but before you know it, you're giving up. I'm Dr. Hamilton Stubbs, and I'm just like you, or many of you. I have had resolutions that I just couldn't keep. That's why my husband, Reverend Dr. Jonathan Stubbs, and I created the Christian Transformation and Health Summit. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm a triple board certified physician, a medical missionary, a published author of medical textbook chapters. But most of all, I'm dedicated to helping people like you and myself maximize our health and get in alignment with our God-given calling. So the Christian Transformation and Health Summit, which we're going to have our 5th summit, is going to be Friday, January 24th, and Saturday, January 25th. We are going to bring you an opportunity to come together in a virtual space with other Christians or like-minded people while we try to reflect on God and what He has for us in 2025. We want to do this before we make the resolution so we'll have a better purpose and focus and more motivation to stick with it. And we're going to share some tips, not just from me or from my husband who will get you inspired, but from other health experts who are going to be joining us. So let me tell you what we have for you. On Friday, January 24th at 7:30 p.m., we're going to start with prayer. Of course, as Christians, we all know that we want to invite God to come into our space and to bless us. And this is going to help us stay focused on 2025 goals and not be distracted by all that noise that's around us. And then we'll have an inspiring and uplifting sermonette, just a short sermonette from Reverend Dr. Stubbs. This is going to be followed by a talk from a professional licensed financial advisor who's going to help us learn how to stabilize our finances. At least give us some tips to get started. You see, we overlook financial health, but financial health is very important to the work we want to do. It's impossible to focus on what we want to do for the Lord when we're worried about how we're going to pay our bills. So come on, if that sounds like you, get some tips from the licensed financial professional who'll be joining us. And when we don't sleep well, that makes it a little hard to do the work of the Lord too, and it's terrible for your health. So we're going to end Friday night with some tips to help you sleep better. We're going to bring in someone to tell you things you can do at home. We're going to talk about some herbal teas that can help you, as well as some supplements and how to use them maybe a little differently so that you can get a restful sleep to restore your body. You see, sleep is not just about relaxing and just going to bed. It's God's way to detox our bodies, to restore and rejuvenate the bodies, and get us ready to do our work. And then on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll come together again, and I want to share some highlights from my book, I Claim Health, A Christian Woman's Guide to Take Back Health and Wellness. Now, this book's on Amazon, but I'm going to gift you a copy, or at least access to a copy, from January 22nd up until January 24th. So you can just download that copy, read it, bring your questions, and I'll try to give you some answers. But I'm going to give you some highlights, things that I found very helpful in restoring my health so that I could reclaim my health and fulfill my missionary work. That will be followed by a strong testimony of a person who had a parent who had a struggle staying on a healthy diet. I want you to hear this because maybe it will help you relate to something. You can take this person's life, maybe apply it to some of the struggles you have. So it's not just reading numbers from a book. This will make it personal so that you can relate to the importance of what we're going to share, which is talking about sugar. We all have it in our houses, but sugar is one of the most toxic things to our body if we eat it in excess. But now, not eating excessive sugar can be challenging. That's why we're bringing in an expert who's going to tell us not only about what that sugar is doing to our bodies, but she's going to give us some strategies that have been proven to help us win the sugar struggle and turn off our sugar modes. This is all free, but I need you to click that button, register, and tell your friends, because you want to bring a support network with you. Now, if you don't have a support network, I created a private Facebook group about 2020. And all you have to do is apply. Don't forget to answer those questions. And maybe you can join this network of about 60-something women. We are all focused on increasing our health span. And most of us, to the best of my knowledge, are Christian or we are like-minded. So come out and join us. So what do you need to bring? You don't need to bring any paper or pen. You don't have to worry about trying to type things up while we're talking, because it's all going to be available for replay on our website at drhamiltonstubbs.com. And you'll get that copy of I Claim Health, A Christian Woman's Guide to Take Back Health and Wellness, something that I hope that you'll use as a point of discussion in your support group. And if you don't have a support group, I want to give you some tips on how to get a good network. A support network may not always include the people that you're closest to. You need the people that are better for what you're trying to do, who will encourage you on this journey of wellness. So God has a calling for all of us. And I just want to help you while I help myself, because I don't want to go on the journey alone, and I don't want you to go on a journey alone. So bring your friends. We're going to listen for our assignments, and then we're going to get tips, inspire each other, and try to have a good year in 2020 with our health and better success at keeping those New Year's resolutions. I hope to see you on Friday, January 24th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday, January 25th, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless.